Okay, let's try this again. Troy A, Shadowingtronics, continuing to take part in the Art Sound Off Challenge, and yes, I did miss yesterday. I was going to post a late version of the video, but the first version, I was not happy with the end result of the picture, and even now I'm not sure it's going to come out exactly the way I like it, but it'll be an improvement. Also, the video was boring, and trying to fix the picture was frankly an exercise in frustration. I'll talk about that later. But the important thing is, oh, I gotta fix this back there. Oh, come on. There. Okay. No, are we back to? Okay. So, anyway, what we're gonna do is the pencil stage of my reconstructed Batman, my redesigned Batman costume. So, I'll try to be less boring this time. Trust me, the first version was also kind of boring. But as I said in that video, in the original video, my process tends to go creative, technical, creative, technical, creative, technical. The roughs here being played by my crappy original version of this drawing was creative. The pose you just saw was technical, and we're about to do the pencil stage, which is back to being creative. So, Clip Studio Paint has two different versions of the mechanical pencil. The new mechanical pencil almost looks like a pencil, like a different kind of lead than the classic mechanical pencil. So I've got them both, and I use them for different things, just like when I use pencils in the regular drawings. Shoot. That's one mistake I keep making, is making the lines too long. So. Pencil stage, I'm not really too concerned. Well, I should probably explain what I'm doing right now. The teeth thing is because one of the features I made in this redesigned suit was that there were these sheets that would close down and would serve as kind of a gas filter if you needed it. Because this way you can still breathe better. Shoot, what was I going to say now? I keep doing this. This is why I need a script. I blanked on what I was going to say. Okay. So when it comes to the pencil stage, I'm not really focusing as much on the technical side of the details. I'm basically designing the character or the picture or whatever, because I do this with it, like I said before, each character gets their own name. So I'm basically now actually designing the costume. And the thing about the pencil sketch, the pencil version, is this is not the final version until I ink it. So this is where I can kind of play a bit more. I do basically is I want it to look good when I go to later when I go to ink it. I'm basically designing it right now. I'm using the wrong pencil. That's a problem too. This pencil, the classic pencil, is good for a controlled line. If I want something with a little more flow to it, I use a pencil that allows me takes a little less of the control away. So it adds a certain sense of uh, adds a bit more of an organic feel to it because it's moving around. I use the same process when I'm doing a character's hair because I like hair or trees or capes or something. I want to give it kind of a natural looking flow to it. Okay, so I do like. There's some things I don't like about what they did with Batman's costume. I don't like the armored look. It's one of those things that shows that they're playing a little too hard into the war on crime aspect, which frankly kind of bothers me. Because he's not some soldier in a war. He's a superhero fighting crime. He's a detective. He's a ninja. He's a ninja detective. So, yeah. So, I basically just trying to get the feel, the look of it. I'm putting form to to the posing, just like that. So we got a quick release cape here. Maybe I should. Yeah, that looks better. Give him a little more cape. This way, he can release it real quick if he gets snagged on something. Let's see. So what we have. But one thing I do like is the gauntlets, because they would be a gauntlet like that would be a lot of help when it comes to melee attacks and fighting. I like to think that he will learn fighting with bracelets from Wonder Woman, because why would you not continue learning? Okay, before I put that in, brush down a bit. No, too much. That's a little better. Can't really see it too well there, so there. I can put one of the pouches for the utility belt here. I try to work in the stuff that's in the foreground is the stuff that I pay attention to first. One of the ideas for the suit. There we go. No. See, I'm doing it again. One of the things I'm trying to figure out is not to do too many lines at once. This way, it'll be easier if I have to go to undo. I don't undo too much of my work. probably going a little faster for me this time because I've technically already drawn this. Is that you may notice that the arm pose is a bit different than the one from the previous video. That's one of the things I want to change. I do seem to be doing a better job now. I'm going to make the foot a little thicker than I originally did there. So let me fix this line. Let me do a line this way. Vector erase tool fixes a lot of my problems because I want to make sure I have a clear picture of what I want to do when I go to ink it tomorrow. Feet, one of the other things I'm working on, feet and hands. They're not the easiest thing to do. People have done cheats around it that I can't really pull off in this particular piece. Okay, where do we have them from here? You only do what I want you to do when I don't want you to do it. That makes sense, anybody? Okay, back to the pencils. We're going to go back to the new pencil. Bring it a little more. Give up a bit of control in order to make things flow a little more organically. I'm using the pose from the cape to design the cape without cutting through the legs. But the thing about this version, this position, is that I don't have to worry so much if the lines cross or if things doesn't look exactly right. I'll fix it when I get to the inking. The main focus right now is trying to get all the lines in place, basically designing the scene. I have trouble doing symbols. I kind of created a cheat for the bat symbol on this one that I hope to be able to use in the future. Oh, shoot. Where's my line go? Where's my line going? Basically what I did is show you. No, I made I think that's coming up. Let me see. Yep, that's coming up. So I made a symbol. I took a picture of a symbol online, drew over it to create the look I wanted. So it's still hand drawn. It's still coming from me, but I'm only using this in the pencil stage. It's not everything is going to be hand drawn. I'm basically just putting it as kind of like part of the pose to be able to better draw the symbol. It's a bit of a cheat, but you know, so what? Nothing wrong with a cheat that's done right. It's still all my artwork. Oh, I didn't finish. It's still all my artwork. It's still all me. So I would have showed you how I made it, but it was frankly such a frustrating action that it'd be more of me swearing than it would me going over what I was doing. I might still do a little swearing before trying to get this part in place. Yep, I used a more traditional bat, but instead of using the oval, I'm kind of going with the modern idea of the yellow around it instead of the yellow oval. The oval for me just never really worked. I mean, some people call it iconic, but it's just something that was used for a very long time. It's something that hasn't been used for Batman symbol for quite a long time. So this is supposed to be compromised, and it works for me. I mean, I think it still stands out pretty well. it's still, I went with the more oval looks, what still kind of looks like the bat signal, which is supposed to actually look like it, like the bat symbol, but it still has some of the bat signal aesthetic to it, but still kind of standing out as a hero logo, not just this big circle with something drawn in it. It's a little more design, I think, to it, and I like it. So if I turn the bat symbol off, if I turn the pose off, still not perfect, but it's better. Try to draw a batarang in there. And about the batarang, can I just get this off my chest? The batarang is not a ninja throwing star. It's in the name, Bat-A-Rang. You know, it's like Batmobile. It's Batman's car. It's not a tank. It's an automobile, just with a bat name on it. You know, Batman kind of likes personalizing his stuff. The Batarang is supposed to be based on a boomerang. It's just a bat-themed boomerang, which, you know, is designed to be able to curve when you throw it. If you throw it the right way, it doesn't quite come back to you. It may come back in your general direction, but it's mainly supposed to be something to throw and curve. Not supposed to be just straight on like a throwing disc or a throwing star. I don't mind him having throwing stars. We call them bat blades or something, but stop calling them batarangs. They're not batarangs. They're bladed. They're designed to be a throwing weapon, not a throwing star. If it's designed like a ninja throwing star, it's not a batarang. Can we please stop making that mistake? So this is coming together pretty well. I think it looks a little better than what I had in the previous video. We turn the original off. That looks better. So, I think we're done with this. So what we'll do tomorrow, we're done with the underdrawing. We will start with the inking, and I will show you how I ink. Well, no, that was that. Yeah, this is actually a little shorter. So maybe the benefit of having drawn it the last time, help me draw it faster, or maybe I just didn't have as many troubles. But that's basically me in the pencil stage. Gives me a lot more room to play as I'm designing the thing, and then we'll start the inking, which we're going to go back to the technical and try to make it look good. So I will do. Oh, wrong. Back to the. That's all, and I'll put it back into there. Turn that off. And if you want to check out the final result, if you want to look at the reconstructions of our article, if you want to, oh, I screwed up something here. This is supposed to be a bodysuit, because Batman doesn't wear armor, but having like a protective padded oversuit, I guess, would make a bit more sense. You can take the more punches, you can take more kicks, but then also, but you need the limbs loose to be able to move around better, and I just don't see armor as being all that stealthy. You know, his fighting style and it is all about stealth and hiding in the shadows. Can you do that while you're rattling? I don't think so. But like I said, I think they focus too much on the war and not much on the superhero. You know, the war and crime is not supposed to be that darn literal. So, we'll work on. Now with that, we will work on the. I'm going to turn this up. Well, we start to work on the ink. So if you want to find out more about what I do and the stuff that I usually make, check out Art Soundoff, or check out bwspotlight.com. If you want to find out what Art Soundoff usually is, I just do a fun art thing during the week, but this is usually the podcasting discussion, sort of a micro podcast thing. Check that out at artsoundoff.com. So I'll see you tomorrow for inking, and until then, I wish you all happy creating.